Every January for 18 years, a plain brown envelope arrived at the front desk of the Graybridge Police Department. No return address. No fingerprints. No fibers. Just a single word typed neatly across the front. Case file, year. Before we dive into the main story, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell notification button for more interesting video like this. Inside each envelope was a prediction, no, a blueprint, of a crime that had not yet happened. The victim. The location. The date. The exact sequence of events. At first, the police didn't believe them. By the third year, they feared them. By the 10th, they were powerless against them. And by the 18th, they realized something terrifying: the sender always knew more than the investigators, and was always 1 year ahead. This is the story of the folder. Detective Mara Ellison remembered the first folder better than she remembered her wedding day. It was January 7, 2007. Snow stacked on the department's window ledges like piled cotton. Mara was still the new detective, the kind who arrived early and left late, the kind who still believed hard work could outrun trauma. The envelope was dropped at the front desk at 8:14 a.m., according to the desk sergeant. No one saw who left it. No cameras caught the moment. But the sergeant swore he heard 3 soft knocks, like someone tapping politely before disappearing into thin air. Inside the folder was a single-page document predicting the murder of a high school teacher named Alan Reese. According to the sheet, Reese would be killed on March 2nd, inside his garage at exactly 9:17 p.m. The sheet included a crudely drawn map, a description of the murder weapon, and even details of the killer, a student with a grudge. The police laughed it off. A prank. A hoax. Some bored teenager's idea of entertainment. Until March 2nd arrived. At 9:17 p.m., Alan Reese was found dead inside his garage. The weapon? A hammer, exactly as described. The killer? A student with a documented grudge, exactly as written. The case shook the department, but they kept it quiet. Public panic, they reasoned, wasn't worth the truth. They never solved it. And they never forgot it. The next January, another envelope arrived. Then another the year after. And another. Each folder predicted a crime scheduled to happen 11 to 13 months later. It was as if the sender could see the future, or worse, shape it. Detective Ellison became the department's unofficial specialist in folder cases. She built binders, charts, timelines. She interviewed potential suspects. She collected every scrap of evidence from every crime scene: blood, hair, footprints, tool marks. Nothing ever pointed to a suspect. The killer in one folder was a jealous boyfriend. In another, a woman protecting a secret child. In another, a hit-and-run driver who fled the country. Each incident had a different perpetrator. Different motives. Different circumstances. This wasn't one serial killer. This was someone predicting crimes committed by ordinary people. Crimes the police could never prevent. And every year, the sender seemed to know more and more, sometimes even details the police only uncovered months after the investigation. It wasn't psychic. It wasn't luck. It was methodical. Intentional. Personal. Like someone was watching the entire town with an all-seeing eye. By January 2024, the envelopes had become a ritual. But the 18th folder was different. Instead of 1 page, it contained 29. Instead of a predicted victim, it contained a list of victims. Names. Addresses. Dates of death. All scheduled for December 14, 2024, at exactly 9:03 p.m. 29 deaths. Same time. Different locations. Same night. A mass event, but scattered, individualized, private. Mara read the pages 3 times. Accidental fire, carbon monoxide poisoning, sudden collapse, car malfunction, electrical shock, a fall down the stairs. They weren't murders. They were accidents. Or rather, they would look like accidents. A chill moved down her spine. No one kills this many people by accident, she whispered. Someone was planning the most sophisticated multi-victim crime the state had ever seen. Someone who had spent 18 years practicing. And for the first time, the final page included a message. A single sentence typed neatly at the bottom. You cannot stop what people choose for themselves. The FBI joined the investigation. Profile specialists. Behavioral experts. Data analysts. They searched postal records. Traffic cameras. Surveillance within a 3-mile radius of the police station. Whoever delivered the envelopes knew every blind spot, every glitch, every weak point in the city's security. He or she never showed up on camera. Not once. No fingerprints. No DNA. No hair or fibers. The envelopes were prepared with surgical precision. The paper was generic. Ink was standard. No watermarks. No indentations. Every typewritten sentence was printed from a machine that could not be traced. It was like chasing a ghost. And every day that passed brought them closer to December 14th. 3 months before the predicted date, Mara discovered something that tore her breath away. She spread all 18 folders across her dining table, an entire career's worth of unsolved nightmares. She mapped every victim on a city diagram. At first, nothing looked unusual. But at 3:21 a.m., staring at the cluster of pins and colored lines, she finally saw it. All 18 years' worth of crime scenes formed a shape. A spiral. And at the center of the spiral, the exact heart of the pattern, sat one location. Mara Ellison's childhood home. Her hands shook. Had the sender always been targeting her? Was she the final victim? Or, was she the reason all this began? She hadn't lived in that house since she was 14. Since the night her younger brother, Evan, had disappeared without a trace. A case that was never solved. A case she avoided speaking about. Even to her closest friends. Her worst nightmare suddenly resurfaced. What if the sender wasn't predicting crimes? What if the sender was reenacting one? The city was blanketed with police units. Officers stationed outside all 29 homes. Roadblocks. Drones. Surveillance vans. Rapid response teams. For once, they were ahead of the folder. At 9 p.m., Mara stood at the command center, her heart thundering. 9:01, 9:02. 9:03. Nothing happened. No deaths. No accidents. No emergencies. No screams. No reports. For the first time in 18 years, they had beaten the sender. Or so they thought. At 9:12 p.m., the command center lights flickered. A printer in the back corner roared to life. Pages began spitting out, one after another. 30 pages. Each labeled. Case file, year 2025. Case file, year 2026. Case file, year 2027. Case file, year 2054. 30 years of crimes. 30 years of predictions. 30 years of deaths yet to come. Mara grabbed the first page. A chill froze her bones. The new list of victims included 29 names. The 30th name, the final entry, was highlighted. Detective Mara Ellison, December 14, 2025, 9:03 p.m. But beneath her name, for the first time in 2 decades, the sender left a handwritten message. A message that turned her blood to ice. You finally looked at the spiral. You finally found the center. You finally found me. Next year, you will understand why. The printer stopped. The room fell silent. Everyone stared at Mara. She didn't speak. She didn't move. She didn't breathe. Because she had recognized the handwriting. It was the handwriting she had spent 24 years trying to forget. The handwriting of her missing brother. Evan. And the final note at the bottom of the page read. I told you I'd come back for you. Want more stories like this? Hit like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our story, because this is just getting started.